this road will finally lead, I will follow where you speak. Leave behind what I have known, every place I've called my own. Nothing certain, nothing clear, only just your voice I hear. Step by step into the unknown, walking paths I've never shown. But in every silent mile, you are with me all the while. You said go, so I will trust, even in the desert dust. Not because I understand, but because you hold my hand. Every promise still unseen, every place I've never been. Yet there's something deep inside telling me to step outside. Not by sight, not by plan, but by something greater than every fear that tries to stay. You are calling me away. What I lose I cannot tell, what I gain I know too well. That in leaving all behind, I will find a deeper kind of a life I've never known. Not a place, but being shown that wherever you may lead, you are all I really need. You said go, so I obey, even when I lose my way. Every step I choose to take is a step of faith I make. If the road is long and dry, if the stars don't fill the sky, still I know your voice is true, and that you will lead me through. Not a map and not a sign, but a promise over time, written deep within my soul. You are with me as I go. You said go, and now I see. Faith begins with leaving me. Leave it all, don't look behind. What you lose is not your life. Step away into the unknown. I will guide you as you go. Every place that felt like home, every face I've always known, you are asking me to leave everything I used to be. Nothing certain, nothing clear, only just your voice I hear, calling me to step beyond what I thought I was built on. Leave it all, don't hold it tight. There is more beyond your sight. What you carry, let it go. I will lead you where to go. Not a road that I can see, not a plan that's clear to me, just a promise in the air, telling me that you are there. Every fear that tries to stay, every doubt that blocks the way, I will place them in your hand as I walk into your plan. It's not easy to release what has always given peace, But I feel a deeper call asking me to lose it all. Not because it's all in vain, but because there's more to gain on the other side of trust, past the letting go of dust. Leave it all and I will find you are greater than my mind. Every step I choose to take is a step of faith I make. If I fall or lose my way, if I doubt what you might say, still I know your voice is true, and that you will lead me through. Not the place, but who you are is the reason I depart. And wherever I may stand, you will always be my land. Leave it all, and now I see you are all I need to be. I don't see it, still I go step by step into the unknown. Not by sight, but I believe you are leading in between. Every road I cannot trace, every step I have to face without knowing where it ends. Still I walk because you said nothing clear before my eyes, only open endless skies. But I feel it deep inside, you are here, you are my guide. I don't see it, still I trust, even in the quiet dust. Every step I choose to take is a step of faith I make. Not a sign to make it clear, not a voice that I can hear. Every moment asks for more than I ever gave before. Still I move and still I stand, not by strength but by your hand. In the silence, in the space, I am learning how to wait. When the path begins to fade, when the light turns into shade, I will hold to what is true. Every step belongs to you, not because I feel it strong, not because I know I'm right, but because your word remains even in the longest night. I don't see it, still I walk, even when I cannot talk. Every breath and every day, you are with me on the way. If the mountain stands ahead, if the road is filled with dread, still I know I'm not alone. This is not a a path unknown. You have gone this way before. You are opening the door, and the faith I cannot see is the path you made for me. I don't see it, still I go, and that's how my faith will grow. You spoke a word I cannot see, yet it's alive inside of me. A promise held beyond my sight, guiding me through day and night. Nothing changed before my eyes, still the same uncertain skies, yet something deep has come alive, a hidden truth I can't deny. Not in what I feel or know, but in the seeds you softly sow. Something growing in the dark, like a quiet burning spark. You spoke a word I cannot prove, yet it's the reason that I move, not by sight but by what's true. Every step I take in you, not a sign to hold my hand, not a map to understand, just a voice that calls my name, whispering that I will change from the dust into a line of a promise over time. Not just where my feet may go, but a life I've yet to know. Generations yet to be held inside this mystery, a future I will never see, still entrusted now to me. What you say will find its way, even if it takes delay. What is spoken will remain, stronger than the passing pain. You spoke a word and I believe, even when I cannot see. Every step and every breath held within your covenant. If the years begin to pass, if the moment doesn't last, still your promise will not fade. Even when I'm unafraid, not in haste and not in fear, but in time it will appear. What you've started you will do. Every word will become true. In the silence it was given, and in faith it will be living. Nothing's moving, nothing's clear, still I I stay still, I'm here in the silence in between, holding on to what you've seen. Days go by and nights return, still no sign of what I've heard. Just the echo of your voice telling me I made the choice. Nothing shifts before my eyes. Same horizon, same old skies. Yet I stay and yet I stand with your promise in my hand. Nothing's changing, still I wait. Time moves slow but not too late. In the silence I remain, trusting through the unseen pain. Every doubt begins to rise, every question fills my mind. Did I hear you the right way, or just follow what I say? But beneath the noise I feel something quiet, something real, like a fire soft and low, still alive though moving slow. Maybe waiting is the way you are shaping me each day. Not in answers, not in signs, but in unseen hidden lines. What you started you will keep, even when the silence speaks and the stillness feels too long. You are where I still belong. Nothing's moving, still I trust. Even in the quiet dust, every moment, every breath is a step of silent faith. If the promise takes its time, if the stars refuse to shine, still I know what you have said is not something that will end. Not by feeling, not by sight, but by holding through the night. I will stay and I will see what you've spoken come to be. In the silence I remain, not in loss and not in vain. What you said has come to life after all this waiting time. In the place I almost lost, you have shown me what it cost. Years have passed and days were long, holding on when hope was gone. Still your word remained inside, like a truth I could not hide. When I thought it couldn't be, when I stopped believing me, you were working silently, bringing life from what I see. What you said has now begun, like the rising of the sun, not by strength and not by plan, but because of who you are. Every tear and every night, every moment without light was not wasted, was not gone. It was building all along, in the silence, in the wait. You were shaping every day. Now I see it clear and true. Everything was leading you. Not just joy and not just peace, but a deeper kind of release. What was promised now is real, something I can finally feel. But I know this is not the end, just the place where I begin to understand in a new way how your words will always stay. What you said is standing here, through the doubt, through every fear, every promise, every breath. You are faithful even then. If you waited all this time just to show this life is mine, then I trust what comes ahead. Every word you've ever said, not in hurry, not in rush, but in quiet, steady trust. You have done what you have planned. Life is resting in your hand. What you said has now come true, and I place my trust in you. You gave it all, now you ask me to place it back in your hands. What I received, what I believed, I don't fully understand. This is the promise you fulfilled. This is the life you gave to me. Now in a moment you are asking for what I thought would always be. Every step that led me here, every hope through all those years, now it stands before my eyes in a form I must deny. You gave it all, now you take it. What does this mean for my soul? Is it still true? What you have said? When I no longer hold, I remember every word, every promise I have heard. But this moment feels so far from the truth of who you are. Still I walk and still I climb through the questions in my mind, not because I see the end, but because of who you've been. If I lose what I have gained, if it all is taken away, will I still believe stay. Faith is not in what I see, not in what you give to me, but in knowing deep inside you are faithful through the night. You gave it all, I will trust you, even when it breaks my heart. Every step, every breath, I will give you every part. If you ask me for it all, if you let the silence fall, still I know that you are near, even in my deepest fear. Not because I feel it now, not because I know just how, but because your truth remains, even through the hidden pain. You gave it all, and I will stand with nothing left but in your hand. On the mountain at the edge, where I thought that it would end, you were there before I knew, with a way I never saw. Every step that led me here, every doubt and every fear, now I see it wasn't blind. You were working all this time. When I reached the final place, face to face with loss and pain, there was something I couldn't see, waiting there in front of me. On the mountain, just in time, you revealed a different side. Not the ending I had feared, but a path that you prepared. What I thought I had to lose was never truly mine to choose. You had something else in store, greater than I knew before. In the moment I let go, in the place I stood alone, you made clear what I could not. Every hidden silent thought. This was not the end of all, but the breaking of my wall. What I held has now been freed, and you gave me what I need, not by chance and not by fear, because you brought me here to a place where I can see what it truly means to believe. mountain I now stand, not by strength but by your hand. What was lost is now restored, more than I had known before. You were there before the test. You were there before the test. You were there within the test. You were there beyond the end. Faithful God, my only friend. Not too soon and not too late. You arrived at the exact place where my fear began to break, and my heart began to wake. On the mountain I have seen, you were always in between. What was given lives again, passing through the hands of men. Not just mine and not just now, but a promise moving on. What began before my days still remains in hidden ways, not by sight and not by name, yet it flows from flame to flame. Every word that once was spoken, never lost and never broken, carry through the silent years, through the doubts and through the fears. What was given still remains, moving through the joy and pain, not just mine to hold alone, but a seed that must be sown. In the hands I cannot see, in a future far from me, still the promise finds its place, growing slowly into grace. Not confined to what I know, not controlled by what I show. It is bigger than my part, written deep in every heart. From the Father to the Son, from the many into one, every step and every line held within a grand design. What I carry I release, not in loss but into peace, for the promise never ends. It is where all life begins. What was given now I see was not only meant for me, but for every life ahead, by the path that I have led. If I hold or if I give, still the promise chooses to live, not in time and not in place, but in every step of faith, not in power, not in claim, but in calling out your name. What was started long ago still continues given carries on, and in you it still lives on. I didn't leave the way I planned. I ran away to unknown lands. But even here I start to see you are walking next to me. Every step I take feels wrong. Every mile I travel on. From the past I couldn't face, now I'm lost in time and space. I was chasing what I thought would become the life I sought, but the road I chose to take left behind a silent ache. I didn't leave with peace inside, only fear I tried to hide. But somehow in this broken way, you are here and you will stay. Underneath the open sky, with no place to call mine, I begin to feel something new. In the silence I find you. Not because I did it right, not because I won the fight, but because you chose to be present in my wandering. This is where it starts, not with strength but broken parts, not with answers I can claim, but with calling out your name. In the middle of my fall, I can hear a deeper call, not of shame and not of blame, but a voice that knows my name. I didn't leave, I had to go, but through it all I'm starting to know this road I never would have planned is still held within your hand. If this journey feels unclear, if I'm filled with doubt and fear, still I know I'm not alone. This is not a path unknown. You are here within my flight. You are here within my night. And the road I run away is the place you choose to stay. I was running, now I see you were always next to me. In the night, the heavens open wide. What I couldn't see came into light. On the ground I laid my head, but found a place where angels tread. Nothing special, just a stone, just a place I call alone. But within that quiet space, something changed without a trace. As I closed my weary eyes, there appeared before my sight something more than I could name, something I could not explain. In the dark, the light broke through, was already filled with care. Steps ascending to the sky, messengers were passing by. Not a dream of empty air, but a truth that God was there. Every place I tried to flee was not far from where you'd be. Even in my lowest place, I was standing in your grace. Surely you were always near, even when I lived in fear, and the ground beneath my pain now will never feel the same. This is more than I can hold, more than what I've ever known. In this moment I can see you have always been with me. In the night I now believe there is more than what I see. Every step and every breath is surrounded by your depth. If this place is filled with you, then my life is different too. Every road and every land rests within your greater plan. Not just here, not just now, but forever. Somehow what was hidden now is clear. You have always been right here. In the dark, the heavens came, and nothing will remain the same. Through the night I hold on tight. I won't let go without the light. In the dark I feel the fight, but I know you're in this night. Alone beneath the silent sky, no one left and no place to hide. Everything I tried to be now stands here confronting me. Every fear and every lie, every reason I would deny, now I face it, now I see this is where you meet with me. Through the night I hold your hand, even when I don't understand. In the pain and in the strength, I will call upon your name. Not a battle I can win, not a strength I have within. Yeah, I refuse to walk away till I hear what you will say. Every question, every doubt, every truth I've pushed out now returns in deeper ways in this long and restless place. If I walk away the same, then this night was all in vain. But I know there's something more waiting on the other shore. Not in ease and not in peace, but in holding without release. I will stay until I hear you you are still and you are near. Through the night I won't let go, even when the pain will grow. In the struggle I remain, calling out your hidden name. If you want me, I will stay. If you break me, I will pray. For I know beyond this fight there is truth beyond the night. Not for gain and not for pride, but to stand here purified. I will hold until I see who you are and who I'll be. Was where you changed in me. You called my name, but not the same. Everything has changed today. Who I was is left behind. I am new within your light. Through the night I held on tight, through the pain and through the fight. Now I stand in morning light, seeing with a different sight. Every step that brought me here, every doubt and every fear was not wasted, was not lost. It became what shaped my cross. You called my name in a new way, not the man I was before. In your voice I hear the truth. I am something so much more. Not by strength and not by claim, but because you spoke my name. In the place I chose to stay, you have changed me in that way. Every scar and every mark, every moment in the dark now reveals a deeper grace written on my very face. I was running, I was lost, I was counting all the cost, but you met me in the night and you brought me into light. Now I walk a different road, not alone but in your hold. And the name I carry now is a promise, not a doubt. You called my name, I will remain in the truth you have proclaimed. Everything I was has gone, and in you I now belong. If I stumble, if I fall, still I know you've changed it all. Not by what I used to be, but by what you see in me. Not my past and not my fear, but your voice that brought me here. is the truth that sets me free. You called my name, and now I see this is who I'm meant to be. I'm coming back, but not the same. I've been changed along the way. What I feared now fades away as I walk into this place. Every step was filled with doubt, every road I wandered out. Now I stand before the past, wondering if it still will last. What I broke and what I lost, what it took and what it cost. All the things I tried to hide now are standing by my side. I'm coming back, but now I know I am not who I was before. Every scar and every tear brought me to this moment here. I was running, I was weak, I was searching incomplete. But in every broken part, you were shaping who I am. Not by power, not by pride, but by what you did inside. Now I face what I once feared with a heart that has been healed. As I lift my eyes to see someone running straight to me, not with anger, not with blame, but with love that speaks my name. In that moment I can tell this is where I finally dwell. Not in fear and not in shame, but restored within your name. I'm coming back, I'm standing here. No more running, no more fear. Everything has led me through to this place I meet with you. If this is where the journey ends, then it's where my life begins. Not the place I left before, but a home forevermore. Not because I made it right, but because you gave me light, and the path I ran away brought me back to you this way. I have come back to this place, and I'm standing in your grace.